Hello, so everyone, welcome back to our discussions. So we are going to start with physical and personal security in the infosec constant, and after this topic, we are also going to look about the network security and software security. But today's session, we are only going to discuss about physical and personal security that components. Some materials from CISA text and some other writing, and of course we need physical security because data is a very confidential and critical thing, so it cannot be performed manually. So that's why we need the information security mechanism, a system which is actually a guard that covers the whole info security. And also it's very important because once our data is lost or manipulated, then it will like account for thousands or millions of dollars. Of course, in business context, we have very sensitive data which we cannot other staffs even to look it to view into that. So sensitivities, we can have a classification. So what are the most sensitive or confidential data? Okay, for like there are some data that we give for process for everyone, some internal plans that we keep within the organization but do not express to the other audience, and we have private salary or other same from employee related data like bit confidential. And of course strategic plan of every company is a confidential one. So if the rival company can get an access to this, it will be disaster. So defense and security, we should have like different layers. You can see in the thin inside is a very low, but external layers are become darker and harder and harder. Just say like in olden days, in the kingdom days, we have the castle. So we have mountains, we have fences, we have barriers. That even physically we don't want anyone to get inside the castles. So we have like locks, we have stations, video cameras, alarm systems, like so many like guards, control access entries, like so many physical barriers we do keep. Even in the server room, you can see today in organizations, the server rooms are locked. Even server rooms we have fingerprint machines, CCTV cameras. So physically also we want to guard the server. So physical issues and some controls. Okay, today everything is going to mobile, so through our phone we can like restart the servers. Like we are going to look about some issues with mobile computing, power protection, fire suppressions. Sometimes the server room or the building may caught fire. So what in those cases what will happen? And those of systems and of course the IPS environments. Power protection systems. What if the power cut off? That is how UPS or backup battery systems. Okay, what are the power surges? Sometimes the power will come in a very high surge, so it will cause some like spikes or other errors. So, are we going to tolerate that? Or we can have a mechanism like in UPS to balance those things. So computer equipped rooms, we have water detectors. Like if in the air condition we have waters coming on, or like from ceiling the water is leaking. So how are we going to detect those things? And we have manual fire alarm systems, smoke detectors, or emergency power switches. Like if the power off, we have emergency switch. Like at least for 1 or 2 hours, we can give a bit electricity for that system. Of course, fire extinguishers we have. If a smoke or flame is detected, it will just triggers it. So IPF environment, like computer room, for the IPF environment, we have fire department inspect the room every annually once a year. Okay, everything is correct. Okay, so fire resist walls will be there. Emergency power. So these inspections should be done here. And then we have fire suppression systems, like we have water sprinkler eyes charged, or the dry pipe is like working, like some sort of inspections that they are going to do in door lock systems. So what kind of door it is? Okay, is it a bolt-in door or a electronic or mechanical lock? So what kind of lock we are going to look for? Enable electrical locking to track who entered at what times. Yes, we can record that. We can give permission. Maybe okay, morning 8 to like 3 o'clock only people can come. After 3, no one can go in. So like through the application, we can actually track those things. So we have dead man doors, like double set of doors can one only be opened at a time. So one person will be permitted at the holding area. So like which will actually like reduce the risk of piggybacking, like which means unauthorized person just coming after the one. So I can open the door, so someone else will just follow after me. That we can. Then we have computers in public places. We have logical protections like image computers, like mean no client storage or program will be there, only image computer will be run. Then we have antivirus, web filters, here like login passwords, like only the authorized people will be able to use it. Firewall of course will be there. Physically also you can see like here the CPUs and others have been locked. Mobile computing, like engrave serial number and company logo on the laptop. Okay, just make sure who's the author of this. So backup of critical or sensitive data. Okay, so we can a certain level of security, physical security to the mobile computing also. Then we have device securities. So only the approved or registered devices will be able to bring to your office. We know the like IME number or whatever the device unique number that will be allowed. Okay, through firewall will allow those things. Okay, training purpose or others we can just only the allowable devices will be used, and USB drives will be disabled. Okay, so those are the things like device. And this is a like a room classification for a physical security one. Okay, so just say confidential data, room content confidential information, storage or server, special treatment like guard key will be required. A badge must be visible every time where you enter to the room, and whoever visitors come should be escorted. You cannot actually visitor himself cannot go in. You have to go with the staff. So like that, should have special treatment for that. So like we should have a classification or rules that how we are going to manage those things. This is the critical table about critical or vital and how are we going to relate to those things like available controls are placed. And this is the physical security map sensitive classification. We have room numbers. You can see the room numbers. Okay, and this is the allocated assets like room number 1 2 3 we have computer lab, computers, printers, but 1 to 5 we have a projector. So when it come to the control the computer room 1 to 3 we have cable locking systems, right? 9 to 8 will be like those will be locked by security, and in room number 1 to 5 a cable locking system teachers say only the key teachers can enter to that, like even the room 132 we have servers also kept. So we have like different controls and different rules to physical ends. So this is a summary of physical control. So today in every organization, it's very important. Even though we have softwares, firewalls to take up, but if someone can reach the firewall, they can physically damage the device. So you should have physical control also. So some questions for you to read and attend. So search project one. Security. So personal security is like divulging the private info, grant abuse, like the role, like for the divulging the private info we are the employee. Okay, so liability of cost is like if the threat occurs, so how what are we going to calculate the cost of those things? For example, that's we are going to log into that. So grant abuse also will be working with it. Employee with the grant like loss of funds from all abuse. So training and awareness of security. People should know what are security measures in place, what are the policies in place, and who and how is going to enforce these policies. And training also must be implemented as new employee orientations. So if the new employee join to the office, they must know what are the security things we have. Company newsletters, we should actually keep them. And this is some of the security trainings that create security and conscious workplaces. Workers, partners, okay, vendors, they should be playing a role into this. Trainings like necessary skills, like HR people will be like involved in this. Legal also some components where okay, You should not do like or misuse these things. So what if you do it? There'll be some legal consequences. So in the training, we should keep them aware about it. Now this is the awareness of the trainings. So get the signature of the employment agreements, videos, memos, emails, or posters. We like distribute them. So combination of parallel approaches will be used. Knowledge areas, we have backup work related files, choosing passwords and avoiding exposures, avoiding email and web viruses, recognizing social engineers, recognizing and reporting the security ones, trainings. Then very important thing, segregation of duties. Means today nowadays we can see like some office we have one IT guy for everything. That's wrong. Right? Segregation duty means like a 2 to 3 persons involved in security. So if one person can enter data, view data, manipulate data, delete data, is wrong. So we should have like different people to do different things. So it will actually reduce the chance of fraud even or unauthorized activities. Divide the activities to segregating means duty means dividing the duties to other people, not like keeping every power in one person. That's wrong. So this is one of the example of the segregations. We can just divide the task. So IT segregation of duties like requirements or design analyst, they have their own task. System administrator is their own task. Programmers have their own task, like divide task. So segregation of duty controls, we have the custody of assets. So data owners, he have their own responsibility. He will or she will allocate the authorization accordingly to the least privilege and segregation ones. And then security administrator implement the physical system and application security. All right, so that's about the data security and system. Security administrators, like his or her role is to implement the security physical controls and authorize and even to check these controls are so this is a table like over the personal controls. Okay, like threats, the threat type, who will be like assigned the role and what here for that. Okay, so this is just a responsibility of the security to the role, right? Like documentations, the registrars and others. So personal issues like background checks can reduce the fraud. Like if we have a new user come in, we have to look about the criminal activities before he joined to the office and do a background check of it. Training and sign contracts, like make sure like everyone read. So don't misuse the things we teach here, like that we should have sign contracts. Track and document theft also we can be reduced. Emails can be monitored. So employee hired. So document security responsibilities. Screen the candidates for sensitive positions. So like the criminal activities or his past employees. Why did he resign from that? Like we have to be very careful with that. And have signed agreements even for that. Job responsibilities, security responsibilities, or confidentiality. Then we had new employee orientations. Some of the key things that we have to take care of that conforms even to the laws and regulations. So employee termination unless continued relationship expected, like return equipment or revoke accesses. Sometimes we have to terminate them. So third party agreement. So if we give a portion of security to outsource a third party person to look that, so we have to have an agreement. So define the security policies, define what procedures will be implemented. So the controls and everything we have to write it down in so this is just summary of personal controls. We are going to use segregation of duties, mandatory vacation or job rotations, training and return policies, background checks, or need to know the least privileges for fraud or reported scams. And some examples questions for that. Okay, so a little bit about health first case study. So yes, I would like you to read about this. Okay, the physical security map. This is how actually a very small office look like. We have doors, the main doors. We have server room. We have cafeteria. Like how are we going to actually work onto that? Green areas means actually the public where everyone can get access, like sitting room in a house or like the lobby in the guest house, like the green area. Yellow means the privileged persons, only the staff, authorized persons. Orange means the private persons, like areas. So like that, in a small house, even we have sensitivity in accessing from the outsider. So think about a corporate office, how physical access will be. All right, so that's it for today. We'll get back to you about network and software security on the following days. Thank you.